Welcome to No Bones About It. Video 2. These are the harder gold medal questions. Good luck. The correct answer is hinge joint. Your knee works just like a door hinge. It opens and closes in one direction. It is the largest joint in your whole body. Question 2. Which part of a long bone is the long middle shaft that contains marrow inside? The correct answer is diaphysis. The diaphysis is the long shaft in the middle of a bone. Inside is a hollow space filled with yellow bone marrow. Question 3. You bump the inside of your elbow and feel a tingly feeling shoot to your pinky finger. Which nerve caused that? The correct answer is ulnar nerve. The ulnar nerve runs very close to the surface of your skin at your elbow. When you bump it, you get that tingly feeling all the way down to your pinky. This is what people call the funny bone. Question 4. What are the rounded, knobby ends of long bones called? The correct answer is epiphysis. The epiphysis is the rounded end of a long bone. It is covered with smooth cartilage so that joints can move without any pain or grinding. Question 5. When a bone slips completely out of its socket at a joint, what is that called? The correct answer is a dislocation. A dislocation happens when a bone is forced out of its normal position in a joint. It needs to be carefully put back by a doctor. The shoulder and fingers are the most common spots for dislocations. Question 6. Animals that have a backbone, like fish, frogs, birds, and humans, are called what? The correct answer is vertebrates. All animals with a backbone are called vertebrates. This group includes fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, including you. Question 7. Animals that do not have any backbone, like insects, worms, and jellyfish, are called what? The correct answer is invertebrates. Invertebrates are animals with no backbone at all. They make up about 97 out of every 100 animal species on Earth. Insects, worms, jellyfish, crabs, and spiders are all invertebrates. Question 8. Insects and crabs have a hard shell on the outside of their body instead of bones inside. What is this called? The correct answer is exoskeleton. Exo means outside, so an exoskeleton is a skeleton on the outside of the body. Insects, crabs, and beetles all have exoskeletons. Question 9. A skeleton found inside the body, like the human skeleton, is called what? The correct answer is endoskeleton. Endo means inside, so an endoskeleton is a skeleton on the inside of the body. All vertebrates, including fish, birds, and humans, have endoskeletons. Question 10. A shark's entire skeleton is made of a different material from bone. What is a shark's skeleton made of? The correct answer is cartilage. Sharks are called cartilaginous fish because their whole skeleton is made of cartilage, not bone. Cartilage is lighter and more flexible than bone, which helps sharks swim quickly. Question 11. Worms and jellyfish use water pressure inside their body to move and hold their shape. What kind of skeleton is this? The correct answer is hydrostatic skeleton. A hydrostatic skeleton uses the pressure of fluid inside the body for support and movement. When a worm squeezes its muscles around that fluid, it moves forward. Question 12. Bird bones are special in a way that helps birds fly. What is different about many bird bones? The correct answer is they are hollow and lightweight. Many bird bones are hollow and connected to air sacs from their lungs. This makes birds light enough to fly while still being strong enough for takeoff and landing. Question 13. A bird's wing, a whale's flipper, and a human's arm all have the same basic bones inside. What do scientists call this? The correct answer is homologous structures. Homologous structures are body parts that share the same basic bones because they come from a common ancestor. A whale's flipper contains the same humerus, radius, and ulna bones as your arm. Question 14. Giraffes have a very long neck, but they have the exact same number of neck bones as humans. How many neck bones is that? The correct answer is 7 neck bones. Both giraffes and humans have exactly 7 cervical vertebrae in the neck. Giraffe neck bones are just much longer, up to 10 inches each. Question 15. What tough material is an insect's exoskeleton made from? The correct answer is chitin. Chitin is a very tough and lightweight material that makes up insect exoskeletons. You can also find chitin in crab shells, shrimp shells, and even in mushroom cell walls. Question 16. A tadpole turns into a frog. What happens to the skeleton during this big change? The correct answer is the skeleton completely reorganizes during metamorphosis. When a tadpole transforms into a frog, leg bones grow out and the tail bones shrink away and are absorbed by the body. It is one of the most amazing changes in nature. Question 17. Many fish can move the bones in their skull independently when they eat. What is this called? The correct answer is cranial kinesis. Cranial kinesis is the ability of skull bones to move relative to one another. It lets fish open their mouth very wide and swallow prey quickly. Question 18. What is the important difference between a vertebrate and a mammal? The correct answer is all mammals are vertebrates, but not all vertebrates are mammals. Mammals like dogs and humans all have backbones, so they are vertebrates. But vertebrates also include fish, frogs, lizards, and birds, which are not mammals. Question 19. Pythons have no legs, but they still have tiny leftover bones inside their body from when their ancestors had legs. What are these called? The correct answer is vestigial pelvic bones. Vestigial structures are body parts that have shrunk over millions of years because they are no longer needed. Pythons still have tiny hip bones left over from when their ancient ancestors had 4 legs. Question 20. Dolphins are mammals, not fish. What inside their flipper proves they evolved from land animals long ago? The correct answer is finger-like bones that look just like a hand. If you looked inside a dolphin flipper, you would find a humerus, a radius, an ulna, and even finger-like bones, the exact same bones as in a human arm and hand. Question 21. What disease makes bones weak, thin, and easy to break, and is most common in older adults? The correct answer is osteoporosis. Osteoporosis means porous bones, bones that have lots of tiny holes and become very weak. Eating calcium-rich foods and exercising throughout childhood helps prevent it. Question 22. What disease causes children's bones to become soft and bent because they do not get enough vitamin D? The correct answer is rickets. Rickets happens when a child does not get enough vitamin D, which means the body cannot absorb calcium properly. The bones become soft and weak, and the legs can bow outward. Question 23. Arthritis causes pain, swelling, and stiffness. What part of the body is inflamed in arthritis? The correct answer is joints. Arthritis is inflammation inside the joints. The cartilage that cushions the ends of bones breaks down, so the bones start rubbing against each other, causing pain and swelling. Question 24. If you looked at someone's spine from behind and it curved sideways in an S shape or C shape, what condition is that? The correct answer is scoliosis. Scoliosis is a sideways curve of the spine. When you look at the spine from behind, it should be straight. In scoliosis, it curves to the side. Doctors check for it during school health screenings. Question 25. A green stick fracture gets its name from what it looks like. What is a green stick fracture? The correct answer is a bone that bends and only partially breaks. Just like a fresh green twig. If you try to snap a fresh green twig, it bends and only partially breaks. The same thing can happen to children's bones because they are more flexible than adult bones. Question 26. What type of physical activity is best for making bones stronger and denser in children? The correct answer is weight-bearing exercise like running, jumping, and playing sports. When you run and jump, your bones feel the impact and respond by growing stronger and denser. This is why staying active is so important for healthy bones. Question 27. A compound fracture is the most serious type of break. What makes it different from other fractures? The correct answer is the broken bone pushes all the way through the skin. A compound fracture is when a broken bone actually pierces through the skin. It is a medical emergency that needs immediate treatment. Question 28. Old bone tissue is constantly being removed and replaced with new bone tissue throughout your whole life. What is this process called? The correct answer is bone remodeling. Bone remodeling is a lifelong process. Cells called osteoclasts remove old bone tissue, while cells called osteoblasts build new bone tissue. Your skeleton is slowly rebuilt over time. Question 29. What is it called when a bone slips out of its joint and is no longer in the correct position? The correct answer is a dislocation. A dislocation is when the bone pops out of its socket in a joint. It is painful and needs a doctor to carefully put it back into the correct position. Question 30. Out of all the minerals in your body, which one is the most important for building strong, healthy bones? The correct answer is calcium. Calcium is the most important mineral for your bones. About 99 out of every 100 units of calcium in your entire body is stored in your bones and teeth. Milk, cheese, yogurt, and leafy green vegetables are great sources. Question 31. When the lower back has an exaggerated forward curve, making the bottom stick up, what is that condition called? The correct answer is lordosis. Lordosis is when the lower back has too much inward curve, sometimes called sway back. The opposite, a rounded or hunched upper back, is called kyphosis. Question 32. A stress fracture is different from a regular fracture. What causes a stress fracture? The correct answer is small repeated impacts happening over and over. Stress fractures are tiny cracks caused by doing the same impact again and again, like running many miles every day. Rest is the best treatment. Question 33. Babies are born with soft spots on their skull where the bones have not joined together yet. What are these soft spots called? The correct answer is fontanelles. Fontanelles are soft gaps between a baby's skull bones. They let the skull squeeze slightly during birth, and they give the brain space to grow quickly in the baby's first year of life. Question 34. Some skull bones have hollow air spaces inside them. What are these hollow spaces called? The correct answer is sinuses. Sinuses are hollow air-filled spaces in the bones around your nose. They make your skull lighter, help warm the air you breathe, and give your voice its full, rich sound. Question 35. What is your cheekbone, the raised curved part of your cheek, called? The correct answer is zygomatic bone. Your zygomatic bone is your cheekbone. It forms the raised part of your cheek and also makes up part of the outer edge of your eye socket. Question 36. Which bone forms your forehead, the flat bone at the front and top of your skull? The correct answer is frontal bone. Your frontal bone is the large bone that makes up your forehead. It also forms the bony ridges above your eyebrows and the roof of your eye sockets. Question 37. Which skull bone is at the very back and base of the skull, and has the opening where the spinal cord connects to the brain? The correct answer is occipital bone. The occipital bone is at the lower back of your skull. It has a large opening called the foramen magnum, which means great hole. Your spinal cord passes through this opening to connect to your brain. Question 38. How many cranial bones form the dome-shaped protective case around the brain? The correct answer is 8 cranial bones. 8 bones fit together like a puzzle to form the dome that protects your brain. They include the frontal bone, 2 parietal bones, the occipital bone, 2 temporal bones, the sphenoid, and the ethmoid. Question 39. At the bottom of your spine, 5 vertebrae fuse together into one large triangular bone that connects to your pelvis. What is this bone called? The correct answer is the sacrum. The sacrum is made of 5 vertebrae that fuse together into one solid triangular bone. It sits at the base of your spine and forms the back wall of your pelvis. Question 40. The coccyx is the very last bone at the tip of your spine. What is the coccyx made of? The correct answer is 3 to 5 tiny fused vertebrae at the very tip of the spine. Your coccyx is also called your tailbone. It is the evolutionary leftover from the tails that our ancient ancestors had millions of years ago. Question 41. There is one bone in your throat that is the only bone in the entire human body not connected to any other bone. What is it called? The correct answer is hyoid bone. The hyoid is a small bone in your throat that floats completely on its own, held in place only by muscles and ligaments. It supports your tongue and helps you speak and swallow. Question 42. True ribs connect directly to the sternum at the front. How many pairs of true ribs do humans have? The correct answer is 7 pairs of true ribs. Ribs 1 through 7 are true ribs because they connect directly to the sternum in front. Ribs 8 through 10 connect indirectly and are called false ribs. Ribs 11 and 12 float freely and are called floating ribs. Question 43. Your spine is divided into regions. The 5 largest vertebrae are in the lower back because they carry the most weight. What is this lower back region called? The correct answer is lumbar region, the lower back. The 5 lumbar vertebrae, labeled L1 through L5, are the biggest in the whole spine because they bear the most body weight. This is also why lower back pain is so common. Question 44. When cartilage slowly hardens and turns into bone tissue, like what happens as babies grow up, what is this process called? The correct answer is ossification. Ossification is the process of bone formation. When you are born, most of your skeleton is made of soft cartilage. Over time, osteoblasts gradually replace that cartilage with hard bone tissue, a process that continues until about age 25. Question 45. The atlas is the very first cervical vertebra at the top of your spine, right below your skull. What special movement does the atlas allow? The correct answer is nodding your head yes. The atlas sits right under your skull and allows the skull to rock forward and backward, like nodding yes. It was named after the Greek god Atlas, who held the sky above his head, just like your atlas holds your skull. Question 46. Inside your pelvis there is a deep cup-shaped socket where the rounded head of your femur, thigh bone, fits to make your hip joint. What is this socket called? The correct answer is the acetybulum. The acetybulum is the deep, round socket in your pelvis. The ball-shaped top of your femur fits inside it perfectly to form your hip joint. Question 47. In an adult body, where are red blood cells produced? The correct answer is in red marrow inside flat bones like the ribs, sternum, and pelvis. In adults, red blood cells are made in red bone marrow, which is found inside flat bones. In babies, almost all bone marrow is red and makes blood cells. Question 48. There are 3 tiny bones deep inside your ear that carry sound vibrations from your eardrum to your inner ear, in order from the eardrum inward. What are they? The correct answer is malleus, then incus, then stapes. Hammer, anvil, and stirrup. Sound vibrates your eardrum, which taps the malleus, which bumps the incus, which pushes the stapes. The stapes is the smallest bone in the whole human body at only 3 millimeters long. Question 49. Scientists have compared the DNA of humans and chimpanzees. Approximately what percentage of their DNA do humans and chimps share? The correct answer is about 98.7%. Humans and chimpanzees share approximately 98.7% of their DNA. This close relationship explains why many of our bones look so similar to chimp bones when you compare them side by side. Question 50. This is the final gold medal question. A newborn baby has far more bones than an adult. How many bones does a baby have, and how many does an adult have? The correct answer is about 270 to 300 bones at birth. fusing down to 206 in adulthood. Babies are born with around 270 to 300 bones, many of which are still soft cartilage. As children grow, these bones gradually fuse together until there are exactly 206 bones left. Congratulations, you have completed the No Bones About It Gold Medal Challenge. Finishing this quiz took real commitment and you showed it today. These are the hardest questions in the whole quiz. Review the explanations. Go back to video 1 to build your foundation, and come back here again. We are cheering for you every step of the way.